down to western Kentucky, where my parents were born. And there's a backwards old town that's often remembered so many times that my memories are worn. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled away. Well, sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Adrie Hill, where the air smell like snakes and we'd shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles was all we would kill. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late now.
Welcome into Wildcat Sports Talk. My name is Adam. That is Tim. That right there is Matthew Brooks. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight to the show. We really do appreciate it. Make sure that you share this video everywhere you possibly can, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, hashtag all of it, right? iTunes, iHeart, we're everywhere. And we're just going to keep growing. And there's nothing you can do to stop us.
That's right, Adam. That's right, Adam. We've decided, man, during this horrible time that it's not going to get us down, and we're just going to keep on trucking, man. We're going to keep rolling, and we're excited for another show tonight, man. Actually, behind the scenes, today was a great day for Wildcat Sports Talk. We're excited. We've got some good things working for us. And before we start the show, I'd like to say, rest in peace, John Prine. He was, we hear his song. We hear his song "Paradise" in the background, and he was a great songwriter, Adam. And damn the coronavirus, it took another one, brother.
Listen to this.
Flow down the Green River, let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am.
Man, that gets me, man.
Hey,
that gets me.
He's in paradise now, brother.
That's it. He's there. Wow.
Yeah, man.
I love me some John Prine. See, Matthew down there, he don't know nothing about John Prine, but that's all right. You can learn about him, Matthew.
Service, so I don't know if I butt out, you'll have to let me back in.
No, we hear you good. We see you good now. What's up, Matthew?
I don't know if you can.
Can you hear us,
you hear
Matthew?
me?
Not much, man. Yeah, I can hear you kind of cutting in and out, but yeah, can you hear me,
y'all?
y'all?
Hey, if you'd sit still, big man.
I'm trying to find a good place to sit.
I got you.
Can you hear me
You're
better
good.
now?
I hear you pretty good now.
Okay. Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
man.
yeah,
Hey,
but a lot of exciting stuff going, so let's go.
Yeah, so
That's
we're doing the social distancing thing again, folks, and that's just the way it is. Andy wants it that way, and we're going to keep doing that. So, that's that. So, Estel King Jr., we've got some good news. And we want to talk a little bit about that, Tim. So as most of you know, if you've watched this show, we have had former UK great Roger Harden on this program. So we are. You want to say it? Go ahead. This is your.
Hey,
I don't want to.
I am pumped. I am so pumped because I talked to Roger today, guys, and you know what? Roger loves Wildcat Sports Talk. He wants to be a part of it even more. And we love having him on. I think I can speak for all almost 6,200 of you guys. We love hearing from Roger Harden because not only, he's got great stories of playing at UK, but Roger brings it, man. He knows his UK. He knows the history. He keeps up with the game. He's got a great basketball mind. And without further ado, guys, our big news today was we're going to have a special segment with Roger Harden each week, and it's going to be called Roger That. And we are pumped up about it because if anybody brings it straight to you guys the way it should be, it's Roger Harden. And I am pumped up about that. What do you think, Adam?
Dude, it's awesome. And Matthew, you should be pumped for this too. I mean, it's a really cool thing to have, especially a former player coming on the program, and he's going to be a regular contributor to the show. We are really excited about that. And so that's the good news. And as you can tell, I'm social distancing, but you know, I spend, I don't know, somewhere along the lines of about 3 to 4 hours out here a day. And in that time, I do my show, your show, our show, right here for about an hour. Out here. My kids will come and interrupt me on the 1 hour that I'm on this show. So that's just
well, you know, that's the way
that's
kids
the nature
are.
of the beast.
That's the way kids are. They like to, you know, they've got great timing. Kids have great timing, and they like to be the center of attention. So
exactly.
But there's nothing wrong with that at all, Adam. Kids will be kids, as we like to say.
I think we just lost Matthew.
We might have lost Matthew. Hopefully he jumps back on. I'm sure you'll keep an eye on that.
I will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about the show tonight, Adam. It's one of those shows. We're just going to ramble a little bit. We're going to talk about football. We're going to talk about basketball. We're going to talk about whatever people want to talk about.
Man, obviously, that was the craziest thing I have ever seen just then, by the way. She walked behind you with that mirror, and it looked like you were floating.
Yeah, like I was 3D, man. I looked like I was on a PlayStation game, and you were giving me the virtual 3D rotation. Let's do it again. Let's see what this looks like.
Do it again. See, there it is. And she just walked by. Now walk her. There it is.
That's awesome. Man. That's new technology here on Wildcat Sports Talk. We don't hold anything back, guys. We've got the 3D virtual reality Wildcat Sports Talk. But yeah, what was I saying? I don't even know what I was talking about now.
Well, we were just talking about how the Roger Harden. And, oh, by the way, I see you. I see you all out there. There are several of you watching at the moment. I love it. Please share this with all of your friends. Share this with your family. Share this with, I'll tell you what, just share it. Guys, listen, this is a little secret, okay? Your wife, if you will cook for her on the nights that there's Wildcat Sports Talk, all right? Just go in there, cook a dinner, and just butter her up and say, look, I got a show to do for about an hour. I'm going to watch these guys talk. She'll let you do it. And as a matter of fact, we actually want you to bring, let her listen to the show too. We got stuff to talk about.
Exactly. And here's the thing, guys. This is not just watch us. This is interact with us. You know what I'm saying? You can watch any show. You can listen to any show. But interact with us. Leave us a comment. Hey, call us up.
Here's the thing, man. I don't do this every night. But tonight is one of those nights. We're going to do it. Here's the show. You can call in tonight. We'll put you on. Now, here's the catch to this. All right? They can hear you. You can't hear them. So you call me, but we'll get you on the show. Matthew, talk, man. What do you got? I mean, what's new, man? Like, I know we've talked about we talked about Nick Richards before the show. I am beyond excited at this point. I think no news can be good news, if you ask me. Oh man, I can't hear him.
I can't hear him either. We were hearing him.
All right. What about now? Can't hear you at all.
Can't hear you, Matthew.
Oh, what did you just do?
You got a loose connection.
He's got a loose connection.
Keep talking, Matthew.
Just take your headphones out completely.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes. Hear you great.
Okay, sweet. Man, we was talking before we came live, really about how Nick Richards hasn't said anything yet, and to me that's really good news right now. So, like you said, no news is good news with him. I mean, a projection of the draft, and he wasn't even the first 2 rounds. So a guy like that can maybe bring him back to our program, and so it's going to be interesting to see what the future holds for him.
Well,
hey,
let me
Matt,
ask you. Oh,
go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
No, what do you think about Matt? Matthew, about Hagen's and Tyrese Maxey. I get Tyrese Maxey, but I think the Hagens decision was a terrible decision.
Well, here's what I think about the Hagens issue was, he had a kind of a bad attitude this year when it came to a lot of the, I guess you could say the games, the way they outturned, and him knowing what we have coming in with some really good guard play, maybe he felt like this is the best year for him. So maybe that's why he made his decision to go ahead and test the waters. So.
Yeah, I think you're right, Adam. Adam, I think you're right, Matthew. But hey, Matthew, I was going to ask you this, man. When it comes to Nick Richards, where you were saying you didn't see him on the draft board there.
He disconnected.
Did we lose him again?
We lost him again. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll ask you, Adam. When it comes to Nick Richards, man, I think Kentucky is a better place for him right now than the NBA. I think he's going to have a lot more fun. I think he's going to be a lot more needed. I think he's going to help him make a run to the national championship, and he'll also up his stock, which ups his payday, Adam. I think Kentucky's a better place for Nick Richards right now.
I agree. And here's the other thing too. It's not a waste of time to come back to Kentucky.
It's never a waste of time.
Have I mentioned that before? I don't know why I would need to mention that, but apparently I think there's some people that need to hear that.
Some people get a little confused, Some people get a little confused.
It's never a waste of time to come back. So just, look.
There's thousands of guys out there dreaming about playing for Kentucky.
Right.
And that they would never think it was a waste of time. There's guys playing, Adam, on Division I teams wishing that they were at Kentucky.
There are guys that are playing. I would even argue that there are guys playing in the G League right now wishing they were at Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You don't have to argue it. That's for sure. That's for sure.
And so, you look at it. I mean, for example, one of the telltale signs for me was when Derek Willis came on the PA system during Big Blue Madness and said the G League sucks. I mean it. He said it. He said, "Look, the G League sucks." And so, if you're going to go to the NBA knowing full well that you're probably not going to get to play anywhere but the G League, why go? I mean, for me, I get it. It's money. But really, you're not making that much. I don't want to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that. That's a load.
Well, I mean, like I said, he has a lot. I mean, if you're a top 10 pick, what can we say? You got to go. But I mean, if you're not getting that guaranteed contract, you got to come back, man. You got to come back, go to a Final Four, up your stock. I mean, it's all about upping your stock to me, and definitely Richards could do that by coming back, because not only Richards is he showed what he could do this year, Adam, but we don't have anybody coming in like Richards, man. Even if we get the 7'3" transfer, he's no Nick Richards.
Right. And we as Kevin says, you know what, man? I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell at this point because I would have told you that Hagens had no business going. Although, I told you this, and I think we said it on this show. There's a reason why. I think Cal may have even said, "Buddy, you probably don't need to come back."
Yeah.
I mean, the flashing of the money, that whole situation, and the fact that he didn't go down to Florida, it just wasn't a good look. I mean, he was kind of like team turmoil, and you don't want that on any part of a Cal team because you're just going to end up getting investigated. We know how that goes.
Adam, we've heard a lot of times Coach Cal say that Kentucky's not for everybody. Thanks, Vicky. Appreciate it. She said, looking good. Kentucky's not for everybody. We've heard Coach Cal say that a lot. But it's one of those deals, man. If there's any baggage with you, if there's any strings attached, there's some issues attitude-wise, the video going on. Kentucky's not forgiving. They got other guys coming in, Adam, that are ready to play, man. I mean, guys like Boston and those other guys that we talked about. I mean, you can't have anything against you at Kentucky. So that's the reason a lot of people talk about how, whenever Kentucky players come in, they're one and done. Even if they don't go to the NBA, they transfer. Well, you know what? Because it's not a very forgiving place to be. You come in and you perform, and if you don't perform, somebody's coming in behind you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
You
Guys,
wasn't listening to anything I said.
I did. I was listening. I had about 15 things going on here, man. So,
I
like,
know.
I got you.
You agree, Matthew? You agree? You
yeah,
got me?
I caught your last in, guys. I think my Wi-Fi is getting better, but I caught like how you said. I like what you said about if you don't perform at Kentucky, Coach Cal's guys got guys coming behind you. So, and I think that's really good for a player, especially a young freshman trying to get his role into the NBA. When you got guys pushing on you for the next step, it makes you step up and play better and be the best player you can be, especially when you're just 18, 19-year-old. So I think that's a good help for them in the NBA coming to Kentucky like that.
So, any news on Purdue transfer? Matt, it's Matt Harms, is I think his name. He's a 7 foot.
7'3".
You get a 7'3" guy on the team. That's going to be some good things.
Yeah.
I mean, my only fear with that would be that, he's a Purdue transfer, but I mean, Purdue's not really like terrible or anything. So
No, they're not terrible at all. And you can't teach 7'3", Adam. And I was talking to a couple guys that know. I always like to say they know more than me. Well, they do. That's why I talk to them. But I was talking to a couple guys who feel good about that. Man, it's not anywhere near a done deal, but there's a couple people feel really good about Kentucky getting him. And it might be a wait to see what Nick Richards is going to do, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard too that he's pretty much it's all but done. But we'll see.
I don't know about you. I don't know if y'all have hit it, but man, I hope Nick Richards come back for his one more year, man.
Right.
I'm telling you, I think he could build his draft stock if he comes back one more year. Because like I said earlier, he's still not the top 2 rounds, and I think that might push him back here to stay at Kentucky. So that's interesting.
Well, and if Richards comes back and you end up getting this Matt Harms, man, that's an inside.
Gosh,
I can live with that.
I think we're going to have almost like an Anthony Davis year. I don't know if you're going to get a lot of insight on those 2 guys right there.
Well, I mean, we forget about Brooks. I mean, Brooks is he come on really strong. He's definitely coming back, and look what he did the last game of the season. Man, you talk about
we were during our reaction video, man. You were Keon.
Yeah.
Keon.
Yeah. And we got you got Keon back, and maybe EJ and Richards, and you get the 7'3" guy from Purdue. I mean, my goodness, man.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. We could have none of those guys, and we could have all of them.
That's true.
Yeah, for sure. Let's switch gears over to football for a little bit, guys. I mean, what do you think? I mean, what do you think about the possibility of? They said I think Vegas had Kentucky at 7 wins. I think I'm going to take the over on that all day and twice on Sunday.
If I give you like my opinion on it, I think we could win at least 8 games. That's at least 8. I think we have 8 wins at least. So,
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm really pumped up about the players that Kentucky has, and I think we could have 9, 10 wins. I mean, but I do think it's I think 7 wins is fair for Vegas to get us. I do. I mean, if you look in the past, Kentucky teams in the past, we've never got that kind of love. I mean, at least
it's not 5.
Yeah. I mean, 4 or 5. I mean, that we'd be pretty frustrated with that. But with them saying 7, I feel like that would be a little bit underachieving. I'm hoping for 9 or more, but hey, I'm just excited, man. I hope we see some football this year, and it's just one of those deals. Us not having a football season, Adam, would be like NCAA tournament being canceled, because we had such a good team ready for an NCAA tournament run, and now we've got such a good football team ready, man.
And it would also be the most Kentucky crap ever.
Oh my God, yes. It would be the most Kentucky football thing that ever happened.
We got a good little lineup right here, and then it get just shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have all these talks of an SEC East potentially, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're not even going to play a season this year.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, here's a good question, guys. What if a team's on probation? Or what if a player's on probation or got to sit out and there's no season?
It extends.
Okay, I didn't know if they get to count that or what.
Let me ask you this. Terry Wilson, would he still just get a year of eligibility? Or would he get that? He would get another year if this season got canceled?
I think if the season gets canceled, I think you get another year of eligibility because
they did the spring sports.
Right, they did that with baseball. So you'd get them to come back, which means everyone would get an extra year.
Okay,
which means, geez, Pete, this would be a fun football team to watch in a couple of years.
The way I would look at it though is, man, I told Dad, I was talking to my dad the other day. In 2 years, Kentucky could potentially be in Georgia playing for the SEC championship.
Oh, I think they could do it this year.
Well, I'll tell you right now, and I know like it's kind of hard to come out of my mouth right here, but Florida is going to be the team to beat, in my opinion. I think Florida is going to be the team to beat in the East this year.
Well, it's at Florida, so that's going to be tough. But the thing is we've beat them once down there, so we can do it again.
Guys, I'm telling you. What were you saying, Adam? I'll let you finish.
It's early enough in the season that I think it's doable.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so, I think we beat them at home if we have Terry. I really do. I think with Terry Wilson, we beat them.
Well, we had him last year, so anyway.
No, Terry was hurt.
I know, but I'm just saying we still had the team beat.
Oh, I know.
Had him down.
19 points. True.
And
so
I won't talk about it.
So who do we want at quarterback, guys? Who do we want at quarterback? Do we want Terry Wilson?
Terry Wilson, yeah.
If Gatewood was eligible, I think he'd give him a run for his money. But where Gatewood has to maybe sit out this year, I think it's Terry Wilson.
No, he's eligible.
Yeah, he's eligible. Yeah.
Then I'm telling you right now, I think
that's what I'm saying.
I thought Gatewood wasn't allowed to play this year.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you right now. I love Terry, boys, but if you watch some of those spring practices that they were having, Joey Gatewood can put the ball on the dot, man. It is crazy. I'm telling you. Terry might have a little run for his money right here.
Well, they always say the best man for the job. They do that, and you've got to. But I do believe it's Terry Wilson's job to lose.
Well, I think right now, like you said, you hit it right there. It's Terry's job to lose, and he's gonna have a run right here. It's gonna be interesting. I think
Matthew's saying that he's gonna lose it. It's his job to lose, and Matthew's saying he's gonna lose it.
Listen, I was watching some of Joey Gatewood's highlights, guys. He's the real deal, in my opinion.
You know what, though? I think you're right.
So when we're down there, I tell you what, when we're down there at the catwalk this year, Matthew, you're going to have to say that to Terry Wilson's face. So,
oh, listen, don't even, you can ask anybody. I was in Terry Wilson's corner when everybody doubted him his first year when he didn't have the best of start, but I was always for him. Everybody's like, oh, he can't do it. But I'm telling you, when I see a good football player come through like Gatewood, it's hard to pass up on him having him on the sideline,
Hey, here's my take on it, Matthew and Adam. Tell me what you guys think about this, but here's my take on it. What I've always noticed is it don't matter how good the backup is. Say it's Terry Wilson's job to lose. He's going to be the starter going in. He's going to start the first game of the season. We all pretty much know that. We expect that. Here's the deal. You could have Tom Brady on the bench, but if Terry Wilson is winning games, he's going to be sitting over there. So it comes down to, if we want Terry Wilson to do good, we want to win every game. So we got to get behind him, I guess, because the only way we see Gatewood is if Wilson's struggling.
Listen, I don't want you to think that I'm throwing Wilson under the bus. Like I said, I want Wilson back there. I love.
No, I know you're throwing him under the bus.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm telling you right now, though, and like you said, I think we'll see Wilson day one. But if he's not producing and winning games, and let's just say his knee don't hold up, Kentucky's never really had a guy they can throw off on the field that could produce just as much as he possibly could. So I'm telling you all, let Wilson get through here in this senior year. Let him win the games. And I'm telling you, we'll come back to this day and you'll say, Matt was right about Gatewood. I'm telling you.
Imagine the pressure. Matthew, can you imagine the pressure that's on Wilson?
I know, man.
knowing that Gatewood's behind him.
And I will say this, though. I think him knowing that might take a little bit off of his injury for him, because as a quarterback, he might not be so worried about his knee more than somebody behind him. So that might actually help him a little bit with that injury. So,
yeah, that's a good point.
Well, Roy, we see your comment there. We hope you're staying safe. We've got, we're supposed to get some bad storms tonight.
Hey, what's up, Roy Goodman? That's my buddy, man. He's a faithful viewer of the show and a contributor, and hopefully you'll stay safe there, Roy. We glad you're on the show with us, man. Yeah,
for sure. I wanted to ask you guys. First of all, I got to tell a story here. So, as most of you know, last Friday we were going to have Cameron Mills on the show, and the Friday before that, but things have happened. He's been a very busy man. Well, we found out that he had he couldn't do it last week because of some things I won't get into. But he called me this week. So he's if you want to check out Cameron Mills, we're gonna have him on the show Friday. So I'm really excited about that. We're gonna get to talk to him, and it should be a fun show.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, we've got the Roger That. I mean, this week has been loaded, man. We have found out every day this week that we've got new things coming for this show. Like I said, we're on iHeart, we're on iTunes, Facebook, YouTube. I mean, we're everywhere. All of the main podcasting apps like, Deezer, stuff like that. So our reactions to the last minute of the Florida game. As a matter of fact, here's the cool thing about this show, Tim, is that I can do that. I can do that.
Let's show it, man. Let's show it.
I will. I'll pull up our reaction video.
Have you seen it, Matthew?
I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know if they want to see my reaction, if we're being honest.
Was it pretty rough?
Is he talking about the football game, correct?
No, the Kentucky-Florida basketball game, the last game of the year.
Okay, yeah. I thought he was talking about the football game for a second.
No, the last basketball game. We've got mine and Adam's reaction. I don't know if you've seen it, Matthew.
I haven't. I want to see it, guys.
Oh, this will be good. Let's see what Matthew thinks about it.
So we're gonna put this up here. Let me y'all keep talking, and I'm gonna find it for us, okay?
All right, sounds good. But yeah, Matthew, I know you remember that game, man.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I mean, you think about it. He's talking about. I thought he was talking about football, so I was kind of lost there. How was your reaction, Tim? Was it what man?
Yeah, I'm not going to give it away because we're going to show it to you. But you do know that game was awesome. I mean, we were down 17, 18, somewhere around there.
Oh,
it was unbelievable, man. I mean,
yeah. At that point, I was like, man, I'm not watching this no more. We got down, and I was like, yeah, I'm turning it off. Well, Lord, I turned it off about 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, I turned it on. We're in the ball game. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, me and Adam were watching it, and we were like, come on, just cut it to 10. Just cut it to 10. Get it under 10.
Did.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we're like, okay, now
5.
we got a chance. Yeah, now we got a chance. Okay, now it's 5, and we were so we decided to video our reaction. You can see me and Adam. We're looking right at the camera, and the TV's behind, the camera, and you can see our reaction to the whole end of it. And man, it's crazy. We were pumped up. We were at Mi Casa Mexican restaurant doing a live show there. And,
gosh, I bet they all was pumped up in there, wasn't
yeah, they had us in a room by ourselves, like a party room. So there was nobody behind us, but the other section of the restaurant was full, and you could, they could hear us.
Yeah,
but it was awesome, man. I mean, we were really pumped up, and Adam kind of put together our reaction video, and he posted it, but it's been a while, obviously. But you know what's weird? We didn't have no clue that was the last game of the season, man.
I know. It's kind of it, man. Gosh, now you're bringing up those bad memories.
But you know what? What a way to end it, though. If that's going to be the last game, what a way to do it.
Oh, yeah. We was giving Florida a little bit of hope, and we said, no, here we go.
Snatched it away from them, man.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So just bear with me. And we're gonna put that right
can't
up
wait.
on the
Here we
screen.
go.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Please foul out. Get that Richard.
Richard,
Yes, baby. Yes. Yes. 67. We still got 12 seconds on the shot clock. Come on, Keon. We need a big shot. Keon. Oh my goodness. Yes. Keon.
That's awesome.
We got other people yelling woo. Keon.
We got other people yelling woo.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's awesome, man.
We got to get a stop.
Stay on him, Nick.
Stay on.
No. There we go.
Yes.
Now we got the ball.
Yes.
Dude,
27 seconds. You have to hold the ball.
27 seconds to go.
Shot.
27 seconds
Who do you
to go.
give it to?
Hold on.
Man, you got to go into Richards, though, don't you think? I don't know. Give it to Keon.
I don't know. I was like, I
He
don't
took
know.
over. He deserved
He deserved
That's
a
awesome.
chance.
it. Give it to him. They don't even know who he is. He wasn't on the scouting report.
Brooks was not on the
Shoot it too
scouting.
soon now.
But going to Bruce.
There he is.
They blow. They called it.
Hey, was that whenever Brooks?
This is
hit
great
off-
Yeah.
right here. By the
Yeah.
way, Matthew, this is hilarious.
Oh, I know it's awesome. This is
11
awesome.
seconds.
I'll tell you what.
No,
That game, I told Dad, I said, well, there's going to be a missed three, and Nick Richards is going to tip it in, and it was Brooks, but they called it off.
it's off the rim. That's legal.
Here, let me put it on the full screen.
I'm like, it's off the rim. That's legal.
Okay.
I like what Adam says right here.
They gotta go. They gotta rewind that back a little.
Okay.
Right here. Okay. It's out of the cylinder. It's out of it.
That's out of the cylinder. Well, we always get screwed on these. Here we go. That's off the rim.
It's out. Off the rim.
God, you guys both jump up at the same time.
It's off the rim.
Yeah. Oh, there's another.
That's
There he is.
funny,
Clean
man.
my fat ass right
My head would be between the goal and the ball. My head would have fit there.
That's funny, man.
Oh my God. Looks like
This reaction at the end's great.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Oh yes.
Gosh, guys.
Oh man, that was so good.
I bet you had those people looking at you like, what in the world?
Yeah,
These
man.
guys do. That's awesome, boy.
Oh man.
That was raw emotion.
Yeah, it was funny because I remember. Yeah, I remember when the ball went off and they were saying there's looks like there's enough clearance. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
know,
that-
me and you said in sequence, looks like there's enough clearance.
Yeah. There's enough clearance there to put my fat ass there. That's what I said.
Of course, man.
Oh, that's
They had
hilarious.
to make it as close as they could because it came from Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. But you know, that game. I told Tim, as it was happening, I was like, man, what if we win this? What if we come back and win this ball game? And we kept both of us in our mind. We kept going. There's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no
and then
way.
we were like, this would be the greatest comeback in the Calipari era, and I think it might have been.
Oh, I mean, name a bigger one in the Cal era, and actually, short of the one against LSU, name a bigger one ever.
Hey, Adam,
I don't-
let's just be honest. Does Calipari teams come back?
Yeah, I mean, well,
you know what I'm saying?
okay.
Like, they're not the comeback.
You know what,
Cats,
though?
I mean,
I just realized, I mean, the 98 team was considered the comeback Cats. That's all they ever did was come back. So, I mean, there were a lot of teams that year, but you know Tubby Smith was key. He would be down at halftime, and you knew as a Kentucky fan, this game's not over. I mean, it's not over.
Yeah.
You know that Tubby's going to figure something out. He was the king at making adjustments.
I think you said it was the LSU game. Wasn't we getting beat pretty bad at halftime?
Yeah. So the LSU game was you know what's funny is at one point in time I had it. I'd put it up here for you.
I remember that, dude. I'm pretty sure he's getting killed.
I think we were getting beat at Vanderbilt, wasn't we? First time we played them.
Yeah, for sure.
But Roy asked the question there. Eddie Sutton, in the Hall of Fame. I think it's well deserved, Roy. Some people might be surprised that I'm saying that. He wasn't the best coach at Kentucky, even the second or third best coach at Kentucky. But I was looking at some of his, I was looking at his record and some of the things that he's accomplished. I think it's well deserved that Eddie Sutton is in the Hall of Fame. And Joe B. Hall should have been in the Hall of Fame. You know what? Joe B. Hall is in the College Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame. He's not in the Naismith one, but he is in the College Basketball Hall of Fame. And I think Calipari came out and said something about, Joe B. Hall should be in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame.
Guys,
that's a good question.
David, the guy that just asked this question is my sister's husband.
Okay, that's a good question.
So, what do you guys think?
That's easy for me.
Who is?
Well, it's certainly easy for me, but at the end of the day,
both good coaches.
Here's the thing. I thought Tubby Smith got pushed out for just a reason that was ridiculous. I mean, I get it. He couldn't win us titles, but then, Calipari's had 1 in 10 years. So,
but let's back Calipari up though. How many players has he had return? And this is what gets me going about Kentucky fans when they talk crap. I know you're not, but when they talk crap about Coach Cal, give me another coach that can consistently take young 18-year-olds and have them ready in tournament time. Give another coach.
Hey, Matthew, I'm with you on this one, and this is what I want to say, Adam. Tubby had juniors and seniors playing for him. You know what I mean? He had a lot of juniors and seniors playing for him, and Calipari never has a junior or senior. Very, very, very rarely.
I think right now the only couple of seniors I can think of is Miller. He was a senior he stayed with Calipari all the way through. But a lot of them are people that transfer in that hasn't spent 4 years with Cal. So, I take Cal over everybody. I really would.
Yeah, Rick Pitino over Tubby Smith. I agree with that, Kevin. That's my pick.
Yeah, me too. And here's the thing though, and I want you guys to understand this. All right, I get what you're saying about Tubby Smith, how he had seniors, but let me ask you a question, Tim. A sign of a good coach is not the fact that, and I get it. Calipari gets young players. He gets them ready for tournament time. That's awesome. But I actually think, and I would argue, that it is a lot harder to take a guy that's basically a nobody and in 4 years make him ready to play in the NBA.
Well, here's my take on that, though. My take on that is not a really severe one way or the other. Here's what I'm going to say to that. This is what I really believe, Adam. I think it kind of offsets each other. I think you take a guy that, and when you say a nobody, they're a Division I player that a lot of other Division I teams wanted. That kind of nobody. You know what I mean? They're a nobody that's a really, really talented player. A lot of other D1 teams wanted them. So you take those guys, and then as juniors and seniors, they've got a lot bigger, stronger, more mature, and they're going to be more coachable because they're older. And then you take these young guys who are a lot more talented, McDonald's All-Americans. They can fly, they can jump over you, they can defend you, they can do all this. Yeah, you're starting off ahead of the game, but you're always got those guys. You never have those guys experienced and older. They're always a freshman.
Let me kind of say this. Tell me if I'm wrong by saying this. Let's take a guy like we'll talk about Devin, okay? The guy is, if I'm not mistaken, he's graduating a year early from high school. He's actually a part of the 2021 class, correct?
Yeah.
He's using Kentucky as a 1-year pit stop, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Name another coach that knows that coming in that would still invest time in him for 1 year and still be ready in March. That's what I love about Cal. He takes guys like that and has them all in for a year.
Well,
And
Matthew,
he
I
knows
think
that.
a lot of coaches would take the kid. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of coaches would take him. It's just that how would they work with him? You know what I mean? How would they coach him? You know, that's where it comes in.
Cal can still do that and also have those guys that are going to be his 2 to 3 year that have a huge role on top of that. So I really like that about Coach Cal.
But at the end of the day, though,
All right.
Adam, I like what Tubby did. Tubby's a great coach. He's a great X's and O's coach. You know, so I mean, I'm not arguing against either one, really.
I got to get at Kevin here, though. All right, and here's the thing. I love you, Kevin, but you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. Patino's players weren't. Look, people say that, and that flies all over me because here's the thing.
He's hit a nerve.
Guys like Jeff Shepard, Cameron Mills, Scott Padgett, Hashimu Evans, Nazir Muhammad. Look, I get it. Nazir Muhammad played in Atlanta. I fully understand that, but look, like it's take those guys and win a title. That is the most unbelievable year in Kentucky title history. Period. Mark it down. I just said that. There's no reason they should have won a title. Should they have won that year, Tim?
They wasn't the favorite. Yeah, I agree with what you said.
No. They shouldn't have won. But still, Tubby, by his coaching,
on paper,
which, by the way, is the best in-game coach, short of Joe B. Hall, that this university, Kentucky, has ever had.
Hey, guys, everybody that's watching right now, thank you for watching Wildcat Sports Talk. I'm going to tell you this. I've never met a bigger Tubby Smith fan than Adam Webb. I'm just going to tell you that.
Listen,
right now.
I love Tubby Smith, and I've said it since he left. He is a great coach. The problem with him is, and I get it. Okay, look, he went to High Point, and I think they won like 6 games this year. But, you know, he's hit his peak. Okay? He's hit his peak. But when he was here, in terms of an in-game coach, man, I always had faith that we were going to win ball games and pull them out.
What was his
That's
last
just the way
year
it is.
Kentucky? What was his last year at Kentucky? 98 was his first year. He won a title. 98
was his first year, so it would have been 2007, 2008.
How many titles did Tubby win?
1.
What year was it? His first year?
1998. Yes.
Not his team. No, I'm kidding.
That's not though. Like,
tell him, Matthew. Tell him.
Okay, but that 97 team, you get people that argue that. How many pros did that 97 team have?
Derek Anderson, Jeff Shepard. Oh, the 97 team was loaded with pros.
They lost a lot coming in 98.
Okay, there. Boom. Right there. And he took a team of misfits and won a tournament. Eat it. All right, Kevin? So I love you, though. Thanks for watching.
I was just saying that kind of just to get at you because everybody.
I knew what Matthew was doing. I knew what he was doing.
Because
Matthew, here
Adam's voice was 1. He thought I didn't know what I was talking about. He's like 98. I was like, oh, okay.
He's picking at you.
So here's the other part too. Had Keith Bogans not went down and got hurt, they'd have won that year. And by the way, went undefeated in the SEC. Nobody gives him credit for that year. When we talk about Cal going undefeated in 15, but you know what? We didn't get a title, so it doesn't matter.
You're right.
Right? That's the way I see it.
Titles, boys.
Well,
I mean, it's just
Adam. Here's my deal. Here's my whole wrap it up on Tubby Smith. Love him, great coach. Love what he did for the program. I admire him. I appreciate him. I really do. Great coach, done a great job. But he peaked at about his 5th year. He peaked, and then he was on the way down after that. He slowly was going down each year until his last year was like, "Are you kidding me? We need some fresh blood in here."
We got Adam all messed up, don't we?
Yeah, he's tore up now.
Hey,
here's the thing. You said he peaked, but in 2000, was it 5? Was the year Bogans got hurt? Was it 4, 5? I think it was 3 or 4 or 5, right in that era.
It was 4. I think it was 4.
All right.
When Bogans went down,
That was the best team he had. And honestly, they were probably better than the 98 team talent-wise. Mm-hmm. They probably were, because that team was loaded. And they went undefeated in the SEC. And for all intents and purposes, they should have won the title, but he got hurt. So then there was nobody to guard what's his face, that dude that lit us up that night. And so we lost. And that's
imagine that 98 team, if Tubby wouldn't have lost all those guys as the pro, that team would have been loaded.
Was it D Wade?
It wasn't.
Was it D Wade that dropped that on us, Tim?
Yeah, it was Dwayne Wade. Yeah, I lost concentration there. I was trying to think of my next thing I was going to tell you.
But anyway, I'm done with Tubby Smith. We can just move on from that.
So is
because
it's
fine.
He's a good coach. He's a good coach, Adam. But he's probably the fourth best coach at Kentucky.
Well, so with that, I listen. I can put the Adam is right, Tim is wrong thing back up again if we need to do that.
No. Let's not take your ball and go home.
But no, guys, listen, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Make sure you check us out on iHeartRadio. We're really excited about being on there. You talked to Roger Harden about that, Tim?
Yeah, he was pumped about it. I mean, I think that's
awesome.
I think that's part of why Roger agreed to go ahead and do his own segment. I mean, because he knew, that's something that was a goal of ours to get on iHeartRadio, and he's pumped up about it.
Hey, just real quick, Tim, we'll let Tubby coach Adam's team. We'll let Coach Cal coach your team. We'll see who does better.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
I'll do that.
Okay, I'll do that all day and twice on Sunday because Cal's going to get his ass out coached. Period.
Wait,
day.
Wait though. Wait, they gotta recruit the players too.
Yeah. You gotta let Tubby go out and recruit.
That's
all
part
of
of coaching. That's part of coaching.
No. But see, that's the thing. That's fine. Give me Tubby's best team in his prime. I'll take it. Go ahead. I'll take it.
So
because if it's a close game,
you'll take the 98
best team in their prime. I'll take it.
I was going to say you're going to go against the 2015 team.
That 15 team, no. I mean,
I will say this. I'd put that.
Listen, if it's a close game, and Tubby keeps it close, Tubby's winning the ball game. Period.
I don't think
there's no two ways about it.
Well, here's the deal. Let Calipari recruit, and I'll coach the damn team. You know what I'm saying?
We'll get down with it.
I just want him to recruit. Is all I want him to do.
Yeah. I like that idea though, Matthew. That was good. That was that.
I knew that.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Twice on Sunday, baby.
Twice on Sunday.
You'll take 2 L's. Go home.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Matthew,
anyway,
how's school going, Matthew?
Man, it's going good. I always wanted to be an online student, but man, after all this online work, I'd 10 times rather just go sit in the classroom.
I've heard that it's harder on these students.
I think it's because all these universities are wanting us to stay back, man. It seems like there's been loads and loads of work. Gosh, mighty, can't get a break.
It's crazy, man. So you're at Cumberland's, right?
Yeah, I'm a sophomore at the Cumberland's.
How do you like it there, man? How was your first year? You enjoying it pretty good?
Yeah, I love it. It was good. This was definitely unexpected right here. So,
yeah. Have you been able to go to any of the ball games? Last year.
Yeah, I went to so many. It was a fun atmosphere for that type of game, man. It was fun to always try to get in those players' head that came into the Cumberlands.
Oh, I bet you were good at that, man. The pep group, I bet you were really good at that.
Listen, in high school, Coach Brad Sizemore, he really wanted me to make sure our student section was at every game loud, trying to get into those other kids' head. It was so fun. That's one of the best times I ever had.
Hey, read those comments, Adam, because I kind of missed them.
So this one here said Tubby had his son under him while in Kentucky. He led the Wildcats in assists during both the 1999, 2000, and the 2000-2001 seasons, and in steals with 51 during the 2000 and 2001 season.
Hey, Saul Smith got a bad rap, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, Adam, because most people watching this show right now are going to disagree with me because most of Big Blue Nation will disagree with me. but I really liked Saul Smith. I liked the guy. I liked the kid.
I did too.
He played hard. He wasn't the most athletic. He didn't have the best outside shot, but he played smart. He played smart basketball.
Hey,
I liked him, man.
Since we're talking about coaches' sons and stuff, how did Calipari's sons do when he transferred? Did he have an okay year?
He did good. Yeah, he did good. Hit a bunch of threes.
Yeah.
See, that always cracked me up. You'd see Cal's wife put him in. He would never do.
Yeah, I like how he always joked about how he'd get in trouble when he got home.
Yeah.
I actually think that if Brad Calipari had stayed, I think this year he would have played a big role. I really do that. I believe that.
But that's so hard, and especially for a guy like Calipari with his talent he always had, it was so hard to play his son there. And Cal gave him the opportunity when it came, but I can see why he transferred.
Yeah, with Juice ain't struggling like he did early in the year, Brad would have got a chance.
Yeah, he would have. God, he can shoot it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure.
He can
For
shoot
sure.
the ball. So,
well, so guys, we're about to wrap up the show for the night. I kind of want to give you all your last second thoughts and get out of here.
Well, guys,
my last thing,
Matthew.
I just hope Terry don't get this video. You're gonna make it sound like I throw him under the bus. I love Terry, man.
I'm going to send it to him after the show.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's all right. Maybe that give him an excuse to get on the show. He maybe come rat me out. I'll eat it.
No,
we'll have a weekly segment where Terry Wilson gets to get on here and just like.
Well, I might
get mad at you.
I might get a video sent to him how I was giving a fan down the road. He was giving Terry pure crap during a game. I said, man, shut up. I like to see you step on a field and lead a team to 10 wins and 3 losses in SEC play, whatever it was. I was like, dude.
Hey, Adam, he's making up for it now. He's getting in
I know.
with Terry.
It's making me sound like,
oh yeah.
I'm just telling you, boys.
Hey, you got a little something right there on your nose.
Brown nose.
Yeah, right there, something on your
yeah,
nose.
Hey, but listen,
sure.
to me, whenever Terry Wilson, if it's during this season, or whenever Gatewood gets the ball next year, we'll come back to this show about God. Matt knows what he's talking about, Gatewood. I'm telling you, boys, he looks like a beast in that uniform. You
guys heard it here first. You guys heard it here. Matthew's a big fan of Gatewood. Guys, I want to say this. I appreciate all the support for Wildcat Sports Talk. You guys are great. I love you guys. I love it when you share these videos and you like them. It really helps us out a lot. We're having a blast, and we've got a lot more things in the works for you guys. Friday night, we got Cameron Mills. You don't want to miss it. Go Big Blue.
Yes, sir. Go Cats.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good one. Make sure you check us out on iHeartRadio, YouTube, Facebook, iTunes. If you missed the show or any of it tonight, it will be up first thing in the morning on iHeartRadio for you to check out and your listening pleasure on the road. So if you are working out and about, please, folks, be safe. It's a weird world out there. We love you. You've been listening to Wildcat Sports Talk.
Go Cats.
Today, we sing one song for my old Kentucky home. For my old Kentucky home.
This song is 10 times better than Rocky Top. I don't care what anybody says. Thumbs me up. Let's go.
And this is John Prine, too, by the way. Just want to throw that out there.
Where the young folks roll all around the cabin floor. They're merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard times will come knocking at my door. Then my old Kentucky home. Good night. weep no more, my lady. No, weep no more today. We sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home far away.